Hey guys, it's me, Nina, back with another video. So this week I just have a little updates before we get into the main topic. So the main thing is last weekend was Labor Day weekend. So obviously a lot of girls were not here, they were home. So instead of having our chapter meetings over Zoom or Microsoft Teams, we actually have this thing called Paper Chapter. And Paper Chapter is essentially a giant email, or I guess document, that the secretary sends as an email that consists of all the stuff we would normally talk about at chapter. So the different leadership heads, they send in the information that would normally be talked about, and we can just read it on our own instead of actually talking about it. So yeah. And then another thing I talked about in my last couple of videos is our new member recruitment. Since we had recruitment, we're still having ongoing recruitment. So instead of doing it normally like we did with Rush Week, we're actually doing it with our different events, like our game night that got canceled. So since game night got canceled, some of the girls are messaging in the group me hey, I have a potential new member and we're going to get lunch on Thursday at 2. Whoever wants to join, just let me know. And we're required to go to 3 of new member lunches. So we actually have to go to those. But it's a great way for people that didn't want to go through formal recruitment to still join the sorority. And as soon as they join, we also have a Phoenix ceremony for them. I also talked about Phoenix, but instead, it's essentially exactly the same, but instead of it being with 40 plus girls, it's just one girl standing in front of the older members while they're dressed in their robes, reading from the books. So it's probably a little awkward for them, but it has to be done. And then they just say their pledge, and then the membership, they're officially a part of the sorority. So yeah. And another exciting thing, so this Sunday is actually the official start of Big Little Week. So I biked over to Hopper Hall and got a basket for day 1 of sorority recruitment. And I got a card and some mugs. It was very pretty, they were all decorated. It was pretty nice, so I'm excited about that. But now on to the main thing, the main topic of the video. So each week during our new member meetings, we have different words we have to, different words that are the topic of the meeting. So those are actually following along to this thing called our new member modules. And we have to do them each week. So for the first 3 weeks, they were growth, responsibility, and learning. Those are what they were all about. And you watch a little video, and then you answer some questions about each one. A lot of them start out with what did learning mean to you? Now, what does it mean to you now? After going through the different videos and everything. So it doesn't take too long. It takes maybe 10 minutes to do each one. It's not too big of a deal, but those things are on my ASA, which is the official website of Alpha Sigma Alpha. That's where we get all our information. So the modules are on there, and our dues. I haven't really talked about our dues for the sorority, but there's different payment plans for it, and it really depends. You just talk to the treasurer and y'all both decide what would be the best payment plan for you. So you can either pay them all up front, or you can pay them monthly. There's a bunch of different options. And our dues actually went down this year because there are a couple events we could not do because of COVID, because they would be in person, and there's just too many people in one room. So our dues went down. But it's still a decent amount, but it's definitely not as much as some of the other sororities on campus. Some of the other dues are 1,000 plus, so it's not too bad. But the dues cover a bunch of different things, like the Phoenix ceremony, and also we have to buy a pin. It's about that big, maybe smaller, and pin is the symbol of the sorority, so we have to buy that, and it's a good chunk of money, $188 for one tiny pin, but you know, we have to get it. So yeah, so far Big Little Week is exciting, and the modules are time consuming. But yeah, see y'all next week.